Hey Samford fans, welcome into another edition of the Samford Sports Wrap-Up presented by Coca-Cola. I'm your host, John McAfoose. Happy to be joined today by volleyball head coach Keeler Chan. And Coach, a lot has happened since the last time we talked. We talked right after your big upset on the road at Arizona. You guys have finished non-conference play. You've started SoCon play, and it's been a good start to conference play, 4-0. What have you seen from the team over the last couple of weeks?
You know, I think we're improving. We're working on the things that were exposed. We had a really tough weekend, and I think after that tough weekend, we were able to really take some of the things and glean from them. And I'm enjoying this group. So I think overall, like, we're improving and we're working on some fundamental things that we're really going to have to be good in to get to where we want to be at the end of the year.
Well, it was kind of an interesting start schedule-wise for you in SoCon play. You have that weekend where you go to Wofford, to the Citadel, then you come back here, then you go to Macon for a midweek game at Mercer, and then you come home and you don't have a game for 10 days. But it's got to feel good to get through that stretch without a loss.
Yeah, it was rough. Like, we were gone for a long time, and it is a little quirky scheduling issue that we're dealing with. But overall, like, I've never had this break this long in the middle of the season. So, we took advantage of it. We tried to rest our kids, and really got some good training time in, which I think we needed. So hopefully we'll take advantage of this unique scheduling opportunity, I guess is the best way to put it.
RPI was released for the first time this week, and you guys are number 75 and you're tops in the state of Alabama. Pretty cool thing to be able to talk about. I'm sure the girls think it's pretty cool. Do you put any stock into that, really?
No, it's just fun to watch. Literally, at this point in time, it really, if you take care of everything you have to take care of every day, that stuff plays out in the end. But it's fun, and it's it's hopefully a little bit of a tell of where our program's headed, and those metrics are fun to kind of have around for sure.
You guys are back home this weekend, and like you said, it feels like you've been on the road for a long time, but you've got Furman here on Friday, you've got UNCG here on Saturday. What do you expect in those two matches?
Good ones. Those are two teams that have traditionally been very good in our conference, and I think they have some young players who are trying to figure some things out. And when they do, they're going to be dangerous. So, we have a lot, our own things that we have to work on and focus on our side of the net. But at the end of the day, I think everyone in our league, once you start league play, people just know you. And when people know you, it's just harder to get wins and to be really good. So, I think we'll have a true test in front of us, and we'll see how we handle this long break as well.
I know you talked about the improvement of the team. What have you seen from the freshman class improvement-wise?
Oh, quite a bit. I think that we kind of hit a little valley about 3 weeks ago, and they were really struggling with the start of school and everything. And I think now they found some quality mojo and a rhythm of what's going on. And I think that it takes a while. You need some time away to really let things sink in and digest, and I think they've done that well.
I know you don't want to look too far ahead, but you got another 2 home matches next weekend, and it's ETSU and Western Carolina. Right now, they're both sitting there at the top of the standings with you guys at 4-0. Have you had a chance to look at any of their games or watch any of their games yet?
No, we just looked at statistics briefly. We'll get to them when we get to them. But Western Carolina, that's a really great start for them. I know that their coach Karen is trying to really get their program going. I think they're right there, and ETSU has been one of the top teams, so it doesn't really surprise us. So at the end of the day, I think we have our hands full for the next 4 weeks, 2 weeks. The good thing is we're home, and we need to be home, so it's nice.
Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck this weekend and the rest of the season.
Great, thank you. Go Bulldogs.
Samford head coach Keeler Chan. Stay tuned. We've still got an interview with senior Kelsey Hobbs coming up next.
Hi, I'm Sam Pritchard, and this year's Samford Sports Minute presented by Bromberg's. The men's golf team placed 10th in the Jerry Pate Intercollegiate last week. They're off until October 20th when they will take part in the TVA Invitational. The women's golf team had the week off, but compete in the Lady Red Wolves Classic on Monday and Tuesday of next week. The volleyball team had the weekend off, but are back in action against Furman on Friday and UNCG on Saturday right here in the Pete Hanna Center, as they look to stay unbeaten in conference play. The soccer team also remained unbeaten in SoCon play, beating ETSU 2-1 on Friday and Western Carolina 3-0 on Sunday. They're out of town again this weekend, taking on the Citadel on Friday and Mercer on Sunday. The football team had a tough loss to 14th ranked Furman last weekend. They head out of town this weekend to take on VMI. The men's tennis team competed in the Samford Round Robin last weekend, earning 4 doubles wins and 6 singles wins. They'll head to Auburn next weekend to take part in the IT Regionals. The women's tennis team had an off weekend, but compete in their second Samford Round Robin this weekend at the Samford Tennis Center. And finally, the cross-country teams competed in the Louisville Classic last weekend, with the men placing 13th and the women placing 17th. Both teams are back in action next weekend, taking part in a meet at UAB. I'm Sam Pritchard, and this has been your Samford Sports Minute presented by Bromberg's.
Welcome back to the Samford Sports Wrap-Up presented by Coca-Cola. I'm joined now by senior right side hitter Kelsey Hobbs. Kelsey, thanks for taking some time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, let's start with a little bit of a personal milestone that you just reached recently. 1,000 career kills, your 13th all-time in program history. You've got a chance to jump into the top 10 in the next week or two. Is that a milestone that you kind of were aware that you were coming up on?
Not really, actually. I mean, it's just something that kind of been in the background, but like nothing really I was worried about. I just always like get out there and play, and then, they announced that was a milestone for me, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, looking back on the freshman year, I was never thinking that could happen or like really focusing on that, but I mean, it is like a proud moment in my time here and just like a reflection of all the girls that I've been with and the coaches I've had, so it's really awesome.
And you've been honored by the conference several times this season already, too. 3-time SoCon Offensive Player of the Week, including 2 straight. What does that mean to you?
I mean, same thing, just like how great this season has gone so far. I mean, obviously, I couldn't have done that without the team. Like, it really just is a reflection of how great and how much work we've been putting in. And, I mean, even, like, we've had Lauren Deaton and Corinne Meglick, like, also getting awards and being honored, and it's just, like, we're really just, like, taking over those awards, and we're just working really hard and showing the conference and the world really what we have to offer. So
you talked about how good the team has been playing so far. Obviously, you had the big upset over Arizona early in the season. You're off to a 4-0 start in SoCon play. How good can this team be by the end of the season?
Yeah, this team has a lot of potential, but I mean, just like even with the upset against Arizona and being 4-0 in conference, like we always come back to practice and we're like, hey, like we're not there yet. We still have a whole season to go. And both of those things that happened when we beat Arizona, we took it in that day and that night, and we were like, wow, that's great. I mean, that's the best thing I've done since I've been here. And also, like, building off of that, like being 4-0 in conference, like we celebrated. We actually, Keeler let us get milkshakes after that game, so that was fun and a rare thing for that. But yeah, we're just really excited, and we take that as like a, hey, like we can be this good, but let's get back in the gym and let's keep focusing on what we need to do and how much work we still have to go and what this season can hold for us.
What are some of your goals, not just personally, but like as a team, for how far you guys want to go this season?
Like we talk about all the time, is our standard is not just the SoCon. And by putting away the SoCon and just being on top of that in the regular season, which would be something I've never done here, is win the regular SoCon season. And then obviously building upon that and winning the conference tournament would just be amazing. And like that's our standard. We want to do something bigger than the SoCon. We want to go to that first round, and we want to make a big upset like we did against Arizona. We have to keep working. We have to translate that to what we can do.
Talk a little bit about your role of being a captain on this team. Obviously, you've been around the program for a while. You've won the SoCon tournament title 2 times. You guys have kind of created a culture here. How do you kind of keep that going with the freshman class?
Yeah, so I mean, for me personally, like I think about when I was a freshman and how those senior leaders and how those captains and just moving forward from there, how was I treated? And they really did leave a mark on this culture. Like the people that aren't even here anymore, they really left an impact on me and the rest of my teammates. So I just think about how can I be like that and how can I leave something more and leave the program in a better place than it was when I got here. And, really for me, I love the game of volleyball, and I really try to pass that on, just getting people coming in the gym every day, wanting to learn, wanting to get better, no matter what. I mean, we know it's my senior season now, but like I want to get in the gym and I want to give it everything I have so that I can always get that step better and bring along the team with me.
Like you said, it is your senior season. Have you kind of thought about wrapping up here a little bit? Obviously, you're about halfway through the season. You've got a limited amount of time left to wear a Samford jersey and play on the Pete Hanna court. Is that something that's kind of crept into your mind at all?
Oh yeah, I think for all the seniors, it's definitely starting to hit us a little bit because we start talking about, we only have a few more home games left, and this is our last season, and you know it's coming. We've known it's coming this whole time, but it doesn't really hit you until senior year, and there's no way to prepare for it except all we can do is give it all we have and leave the program in a better place, like I said. So we just really want to give it all we have and make the most of our time here and take it all in. I mean, just take every single moment in, from practice to the bus rides to the games, just everything, just take it in.
Kelsey, appreciate your time. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Special thanks to Kelsey Hobbs and head coach Keeler Chan for joining me on this edition of the Samford Sports Wrap-Up. We'll see you next week.